Girls, what do guys need to stop being self-conscious about? Nothing happens if it turns out you're not the smartest person in the room. Assuming that you don't know something, don't understand something, doesn't make you weak. But being overly eager to argue with another person turns any guy into a backstabbing asshole. You remind me of a quote. If you're the smartest person in the room, it means you're in the wrong room. Being able to admit you don't know something immediately makes you smarter than half the people in the room. I didn't know that. Thank you. I know some guys who are really self-conscious about not growing a beard. Honestly, it's not a big deal at all. I don't know what I'd do without a beard, how I'd hide my face from everyone. I have 2 gaps on my chin line that make any attempts I make to grow a beard look really weird. It's not that I want to grow a beard for the sake of looking stylish, although that would be nice too. It's just that I'm tired of shaving all the time. Do a John Wick beard. Keanu has a bald beard too, but it still looks cool. Yeah, but it's Keanu. He can do whatever he wants. I'm sure a lot of guys came into this thread right now to see the answer about their dick size. I still wouldn't believe them. It's the same story here as Compy to see the answer about their dick size. I still wouldn't believe them. It's the same story here as with girls' complexes about breast size. None of this makes any sense at all. My husband married me when I was completely flat-chested and when I looked like a boy. Now I've gotten a little older, had 2 kids, my breasts have gotten bigger, and my husband likes them exactly as much as he liked my old breasts. About my thinness, I've been a very skinny dude in the past, and I can tell you for a fact that if you eat crap, it won't last long. A warning to all the teenage guys who are worried about their thinness. If you can munch on everything and not gain weight, there's a huge chance it's going to end soon. And you'll have exactly the opposite problem. I love skinny guys. Their skinny little legs drive me crazy. Man, that's me. I can't gain weight at all. It's gotten to the point where I'm embarrassed to eat when someone else is sitting next to me. Bro, you gotta show it off. Eat in front of everyone all the time. Let them be jealous that you're not getting fat. Baldness. So many guys trying to cover up their baldness, getting transplants and wearing hats all the time. Hell, just cut your sides short, machine, or shave them. Most girls find that attractive. I have a friend who's starting to show the first signs of baldness. He's very relaxed about it. He says that one day he will just shave his hair to 0. His confidence is very attractive. It doesn't really matter what you have on your head. The main thing is confidence. You don't have to worry about being into some girly thing. It's confidence. You don't have to worry about liking girly things. You can safely order smoothies, watch romantic comedies, and sing in the shower. Contrary to your beliefs, other people don't care. Is singing in the shower a girly thing? I love singing in the shower, and quite loudly at that. LL, I guess it depends on what you're singing. When I'm cleaning, I love to scream some thrash metal. It's hardly what you'd call something girly. I'm watching one perfect example right now. I'm at a pool party. There are 2 hunky, overweight guys just standing in the pool wearing tank tops to hide their bodies from the others. And there's a 3rd heavyweight who's even bigger than the first 2 by about 15 pounds. He's not wearing a tank top, and he's having a great time, playing games with everyone and making fun of everyone. Trust me. Girls find this guy much more attractive simply because he's not ashamed of his body and exudes confidence. Do these 3 need to lose weight? Yes, absolutely, as most of us do, but there's no need to be ashamed of it and deprive yourself of fun. Live your life and have fun. It attracts other people. This is purely my opinion. I'm a middle-aged woman and I feel like I have some life experience with these things. I've seen stuff, haha. About him being too fast in bed. Sir, I'm dusty. I don't see what the big deal is. I would never judge someone for something out of their control. The only thing is that a guy shouldn't think that's the end of the sexual act. You shouldn't be ashamed of your tears. Crying men are my kryptonite. It makes me want to love them and hug them endlessly. You just found your ideal. I cry into my pillow every night. It's not that easy because I've been told all my life men don't cry. Don't be a wimp. I didn't cry for 10 years. But then my cat died, and that event interrupted my long refusal to cry. It was the only event in 10 years that really drove me. Thankfully, I'm better now. I know a bunch of guys who are wildly complex about acne. I tell them that everyone has them and that everyone worries about it. But they usually respond with something like, at least girls have makeup to cover them up. So I've taught about some of them using foundation to make them feel a little more confident about their asses. Until Captain America walks into the room. I wish you'd written this 3 months ago when I joined the gym. What am I supposed to do with my fat ass? Don't be so self-conscious about your body. You don't have to have huge biceps and washboard abs to get a girl to like you. Oh, thank God. Stroking and soothing his potbelly, which he doesn't have to worry about. Just popping in here for a second to boost my self-esteem. My husband told me yesterday that ever since he got laid off, he feels like an inferior man, worried that he can't support us anymore. But for now, I'm dealing with it on my own. He's looking for a job and has started doing more around the house. To me, he would only be an incomplete man if he dropped everything and started playing video games all day. As long as he's being productive and trying to make things work, I'm happy. Singing. I love it when I'm in some cozy pizza place and I can hear the cook singing in the kitchen. It doesn't matter that they aren't the best singers in the world. I just love it when people are happy and love to sing. I'll tell you, as a cook, we don't sing because we're happy. We sing because it stops us from going out and strangling another lactose allergic freak who asks me to make him a special pizza during rush hour when I have 40 orders on the table. How many sweet lies are there in this crack? Height complexes. I know there's a popular opinion that all guys under 180 centimeters are fucked, but if a girl decides not to date you because of a few missing centimeters, trust me, she's not worth your time. I'm short myself, but many of my tall girlfriends date guys who are shorter than them. There's nothing wrong with that. So here I am, balding, getting fat, future bearded, short in stature, and small in pee. Ladies, come on, Danny DeVito, you will always be in our hearts. You shouldn't be afraid to show emotion, especially in a relationship. I know a lot of guys have been told that emotions are something girly, but honestly, when a guy is open about his feelings and doesn't try to suppress them, it makes things better for everyone. When a girl feels like she's the only one with feelings, it becomes hard for her to trust a guy, and guys are often misunderstood because they don't show what they're feeling. Guys, just know there is nothing wrong with being emotional. Because of it, you can be honest to the people around you and be happier in relationships. I don't know if this is true or not, but I've heard that a lot of guys are very complex about their hairstyles. A friend of mine told me that he spends 15 minutes every morning styling his hair to make it look more or less okay. To be honest, I don't pay attention to guys' hairstyles at all, unless of course they stand out in some way. I'm a descendant of Native Americans and my hair is just awful. When it's short, it sticks out in all directions. When it's long, I look like a fucking Mowgli. Girls don't understand me when I complain about my hair and always compliment me when I spend oh so much fucking time on it. Above were comments from guys who don't grow beards. Here's the flip side of that. Above were comments from guys who don't grow beards. Here's the flip side. Guys shouldn't feel bad about being too hairy. I love chest hair and see no problem with hair on my back and shoulders. As with everything else, yes, you may run into girls who don't like it, but if a girl is willing to write you off because of something physical, something that is out of your control, she's probably not the right guy for you. But despite all of the above, it's important to remember hygiene. If you have a lot of hair, you probably sweat more than others, depending on climate and body temperature. But if you wash regularly and keep yourself clean, you're fine. Changed. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with a hairy back, legs, and everything else either. The only thing is, I might ask a guy to trim his nose hair if it's sticking out, and that's only if it's not disguised as a mustache. I agree with every word. It makes me sad when I see guys who shave their chests supposedly because girls like it better that way. Hairy breasts are very attractive. I agree, but if a guy is serious about getting rid of his chest hair, it's better not to shave it off completely, so there's no sharp stubble. Don't be afraid to appear feminine. If you like some cute dog, or if you like to wear pink, or if you are very friendly and smiley. Girls like all of these things, and it really pisses them off when guys get too worked up about masculinity. You don't have to worry too much about money. Yes, women pay attention to the financially successful, but that's just one criterion out of many. If your finances are the only thing that matters, what happens in a few years when you lose your job, for example? Most girls don't expect you to act macho and show your masculinity all the time. It's all imposed on us by society. There's nothing wrong with admitting that you're scared. There's nothing wrong with saying you're depressed. There's nothing wrong with staying out of a fight after any insult directed at you. There's nothing wrong with just being a living person. If you like to play video games and eat pizza on the weekends, no one can blame you for that. There are quite a few girls in the world ready to say, cool, give me a slice too and a second controller at the same time. If a girl doesn't adhere to your standards, then you don't have to adjust to her standards. Relationships should be equal. You should share your lives, even if you don't have big plans for each other. If you stop watching your favorite show for her sake, for example, then you start adjusting to her, and it's not worth it. We don't need you to have a toned body. It's better to just eat right. A lot of jocks have very unhealthy diets. Plus, jocks often force their girls to exhaust themselves by working out. What is pleasing to the eye is not always pleasing to everything else. And purely outwardly large muscles are not liked by everyone. Much of what girls write in this track, of course, great, but they are just words. Beautiful words. The truth is that girls care about the length of your kasdal and your height, and the display of emotions they actually consider something strange. Real life is very different from everything written above. Thank you very much for watching. Girls, write in the comments about what guys should stop complexing about. I also suggest you to watch other videos.